North Korea has its fair share of secrets, some of which we should really just pretend don't exist. I'm your host Yusuf, and these are the top 10 scary inmates in North Korea prisons we should forget about. Make sure to subscribe and ring that bell because, well, it's free and helps us grow the channel. At number 10, Cho Yong-gon. Cho Yong-gon was one of the vice premiers of North Korea and deputy minister of construction and building material industries. He appears to have disappeared from public life after December 2014. In August 2015, South Korea's Yonhap news agency reported that, according to a source who demanded anonymity, he is believed to have been executed in May 2015 after opposing the policies of North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un on forestry. He was 63 at the time of his passing. Not much information is known about Yong-gon, all of it seemingly destroyed or hidden by North Korean government. At number 9, Yang Song-taek. On the 12th of December 2013, Yang was tried by a special secret military tribunal of the Ministry of State Security and executed by firing squad, according to state media. Chinese media and North Korea experts suggested that Yang Song-taek's fall reflected a rejection of his efforts to prioritize economic development, and a victory for North Korean advocates of a military-first policy. Chang Yong-suk, senior researcher at the Institute for Peace and Unification Studies at Seoul National University, said Yang was the only one in the North who could talk about economic change. So when I heard of Mr. Yang's execution, my first thought was that it was a demise notice for those of us who had hoped for economic reform in the North. Number 8, Kim Chol. Kim Chol worked as a vice minister in the North Korean army. He was allegedly purged and executed in spectacular fashion for drinking and carousing during the period of mourning for Kim Jong-il. South Korean media reported that he was exploded by mortar bombardment and not shot by firing squad. However, foreign policy observed the claims probably originated from gossip and noted that stories about violent passings of North Korean elites tend to be exaggerated. Kim was one of 14 senior party, military, and government officials who were purged during Kim Jong-un's consolidation of power. Although he was held in prison, the execution was likely committed outside to avoid, well, destroying the prison. Number 7, Moon Kyung-jin. Moon Kyung-jin is a possibly deceased North Korean violinist who was formerly the head of Unhasu Orchestra. He was reported to have been executed in August 2013 along with others. Moon has received numerous awards and recognitions from the North Korean government during his career. In 2005, Moon won a competition held in Hungary. He performed with the Unhasu Orchestra at the Celle Pleyel Concert Hall in Paris on March 14, 2012. At the time, Moon told Associated Press, "Despite differing languages, we hope that we can easily understand each other through music and become friends," in an interview conducted shortly before the Parisian performance. According to a report, other arrested musicians were arrested as political dissidents or accused of possessing Bibles. The report also said that Moon Kyung-jin was executed by firing squad on August 20th, 2013. Number 6, Ri Yong-ho. On the 16th of July 2012, North Korean state media reported Ri Yong-ho had been relieved of all of his party duties, namely his Presidium Committee membership, Politburo membership, and Party Central Military Commission vice chairmanship, stating this move was due to unspecified illness. A spokesman for the South Korean Ministry of Unification said the move was very unusual. The meeting at which his removal was announced was attended by the entire Presidium, Politburo members, and candidate members, making ill health seem implausibly minor. Ri was replaced by Hyun Yong-chol in the role of the Chief of the General Staff. On the 20th of July 2012, unconfirmed reports from North Korea alleged that Ri had passed or been injured in a firefight with political bureau troops. In November 2012, the South Korean media reported that Ri was believed to be under house arrest. A 2015 report stated that Ri Yong-ho had been executed in 2012. A lot of differing reports. At number 5, Park Ju-hong. Park was an official of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea. According to South Korean media, he had held the post of Deputy Director of the North Korean Workers' Party Administration Department. Park was involved with the Ministry of People Security. Consequently, he made multiple appearances at leader Kim Jong-un's on-site visits. Park was among the closest associates of Yang Song-taek. For instance, he accompanied Yang on a field guidance tour led by Kim Jong-un. They inspected Okryo Children's Hospital. According to a report distributed to overseas diplomatic missions of North Korea, the 16 closest associates of Yang were executed. The list included Park Jong-hong's name. The report stated that he was executed for showing disloyalty to first chairman of the National Defense Commission, Kim Jong-un. However, the report had not been independently verified. Park was reported to have been purged at the time of Ryong Chong-song's purge, as both were censored from articles available at the Uri Minzokiri website. At number 4, Park Nam-gi. In March 2010, it was reported by news agencies including Yonhap, Bloomberg, and The Guardian that Pak had been tried and then executed by firing squad in Pyongyang for the offense of being a son of a bourgeois conspiring to affiliate the ranks of revolutionaries to destroy the national economy. According to The Guardian, he had been denounced as a traitor during a meeting in January 2010 and arrested on the spot. This related to the devaluation of the North Korean won in November 2009, which led to a crisis after rendering many people's savings valueless. Although John Park, a Stanton Jr. faculty fellow at MIT, claimed in 2012 that Pak Nam-gi is still alive and had resurfaced after his alleged execution, Ri Jae-gong, the former first deputy head of the WPK Organization and Guidance Department, says Pak Nam-gi was executed by firing squad in the course of a reactionary purge in 2010. Many inmates and political prisoners in North Korea are denounced as traitors to justify the executions of them. At number 3, Woo In-hee. Woo In-hee started an affair with Kim Jong-il. It is not known for certain when they began their courtship, other than it took place sometime in the late 1970s. While being treated for carbon monoxide poisoning, which led to the passing of a man in his car, Woo accidentally mentioned her relationship with the supreme leader. Kim Jong-il had Woo executed for talking about their secret relationship. In 1981, Woo was told she was free to go, but she was instead taken to the Kangkon Military Academy shooting grounds, just north of Pyongyang. She was tied to a post and shot in front of 6,000 people. 12 gunmen each fired 10 rounds from their AK-47s, mutilating her body beyond recognition. Woo's husband, Yoo Ho-sun, was forced to watch the execution. At number 2, Cho Man-sik. On the 5th of January, Cho was arrested by Soviet soldiers and detained in Pyongyang's Koryo Hotel. For some time, he was kept under comfortable conditions at the Koryo Hotel, from which position he continued to vocally oppose the communists. The Soviet civil administration discredited Cho by spreading rumors that he had collaborated with Japan. He stood in the 1948 vice presidency election, but by then the communist influence in the country's affairs was too strong, and he was unsuccessful, receiving only 10 votes from the National Assembly. Cho was later transferred to a prison in Pyongyang, where confirmed reports of him end. In June 1950, days before the North Korean invasion of South Korea, the northern and southern governments reached a tentative agreement to exchange Cho and his son for jailed South Korean Workers' Party leaders Kim Sam-young and Yoo Joo-ha. However, by June 24th, the two sides could not agree on a modality of exchange. After the start of the conflict the next day, Kim and Yoo were executed at Namsan in Seoul. Cho is generally believed to have been executed along with the political prisoners during the early days of the Korean conflict, possibly in October 1950. At number 1, Pak Hong-young. According to secret documents of the former Soviet Union released in succession until 2002, Kim Il-sung and Park Hoon-young always acted together until the delayed plans of the conflict were finally decided. Kim Il-sung and Park Hoon-young were also on hand during their visit to Moscow from the 30th of March to the 25th of April 1950, when they were approved for conflict by Stalin. During the visit, Kim Il-sung and Park Hoon-young met Stalin and got written instructions of detailed conflict plans. Pak Hong-young was arrested on the 3rd of August 1953 in a purge of the former members of the Workers' Party of Korea by Kim Il-sung. On the 15th of December 1955, he was sentenced to execution for espionage. The date of Pak's execution is uncertain, though sources suggest that he was executed that same month. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.